Travis Paulson here on Iowa State Media Day. One of the things I think is really interesting about the Cyclone program right now is the momentum you guys have going in recruiting. It's really palpable now and maybe up a level over what it's been the last several years. How have you guys generated this? What has taken place here in the last couple of years that you can attribute this momentum to now?
Just getting a chance to work with some of these guys. I was a Pan Am coach for 2 years in a row in the summer, and I got a chance to work with Kane and Store, and then working with him I met Ian Parker, and Gomez was on that, and being around those guys in the summer and developing relationships. And once you get to work with a guy one-on-one, and I mean, everybody gets text calls and emails, but once they figure out what you're about and what you want out of your guys, then it becomes a lot easier. And then with Coach Jackson being the world team coach this summer, that he's done a great job, and people gravitate towards that. And then this past summer, we have a summer bridge program where you can take classes and get ahead of schedule. So usually 6 to 9 credits that they take that summer before their first year into school, and their scholarship kicks in for that. So we had guys that came this past summer, and they trained for about a month and a half before Fargo, and all of them had the best results that they'd ever had. And that got us a lot of calls and emails and some attention on what we were able to do in a short amount of time, and just stuff like that's been huge.
Yeah, you've had a chance to have your hands on them now for some time since Fargo. What have you seen with these guys making an adjustment into the college room on a full-time basis now?
The most encouraging thing is their work ethic. Guys coming in right away as freshmen, and we did a time mile and them finishing near I think Kanan had little under a 5-minute mile, and just the workload that they bring in as freshmen and their challenge our upperclassmen right away is big, and how serious they are about their goals. We do some hard workouts, and it doesn't seem like one goes by without one of them coming up and being like, hey, what do I do here? Or do you have any advice here? And they're just serious and they want to learn.
Go back to your first year in this room. Are there any lessons that you learned then that you can relate to guys stepping into this situation for the first time?
One thing I learned, sometimes you can get discouraged in a really tough room. I'm not getting that many takedowns, or I'm getting beat here. And I remember for me it was Holker, and Kale was training for the Olympics, and Pasolano, and later on Varner and Reeder and my brother and Backus. It was like, it almost felt like when I got to competition, it was like, holy crap, this setup works again, or this, I can ride this guy, or I can do this. And just keeping their eye on the prize and understanding that you're wrestling these guys every day. They're going to know your stuff, but it's going to work when it matters, and buying into that.